We're live here at Daytona. As thank you, Mikey, for the quick encouragement. I'm going to move channels real quick. Michael Kruger gave me some last-minute encouragement. It is the XASCAR Smokey Cup Truck Series here at Daytona, kicking off this season here at the World Center of Racing. Just a special one-off here tonight. I don't think we're going to have full coverage of this league, but we're going to cover tonight's race for them here. Of course, good partners with Brad Sawinski. Shout out to Brad, of course, bringing me in, asking me to do this. So we'll take care of this for you here tonight. And running here at Daytona, the Truck Series, getting ready to go back racing here on Wednesday nights. Looking forward to it. Truck Series at Daytona, a lot of fun. And we'll see some fun stuff happen here on this super speedway as we get ready here. We only have 25 seconds left in practice. I believe once practice is up, we'll head towards, I think qualifying is coming up, so we're going to have that coming up for these drivers here soon enough. And then we'll have dual races, and then we'll have the main event, 80 laps here at Daytona. Just a matter of getting to that feature in just a few seconds time. Everybody's just going to kind of do burnouts, no longer needing to go out and try to qualify or practice because the checker flag has flown, and we're going to go into the next session. So I believe we're heading into qualifying. Indeed we are. We'll qualify. Of course, it'll be the same thing like it usually is for duels. The even number drivers are going to be starting in duel 2, and the odd numbers are going to be in duel number 1. So we'll see how they all qualify. Rolling on track right now. How about it? Chase Gibbons, the number 2 machine. I think this is the first broadcast for BRN with the trucks. So that means that this is the first BRN broadcast with the Ram trucks running. Of course, Ram came back into NASCAR this season, running in the Truck Series with Colleague Racing. And that truck, of course, now available to use on iRacing. I still have yet to get it. I do want it. I want to use the Ram, but I have to go out and get it. So as we're watching here, Chase Gibbons makes his way out onto the track right now, getting ready to start his qualifying run. The first driver to do so. And we'll see how it goes. So watching Chase Gibbons, of course, qualifying at the Super Speedway is very standard. Very standard for how this thing runs. You go one lap on the high side, then you cut down to the apron, and you go on the bottom lane for your second lap. It's Gibbons right now 51.704, fastest so far. More drivers start putting lap times in now. Actually, looks like it's one lap qualifying. So if you don't get your lap in good, then you might as well go ahead and quit it. So we'll go check out how Enrique Cucalan is doing, our buddy, on BRN. Oh, God, the 22 discount tire Ford F-150. He puts it 14th fastest. Not good. But on another driver that we know, this is Ethan Harrison, the number 77 machine, rolling off pit lane now, so he's going to get us started. Of course, one lap qualifying different than double lap qualifying because of the fact you only get one shot at it. So you're going to go out in your warm-up lap up on the high side, and then you go down to the bottom lane for your lap that will count. Watching Harrison. Pushing the 77, cut down to the apron. He'll get down the bottom line and hold the yellow line. Right now, Quincy Strawhacker, top of the board. Christian Visconti is second. Harrison hit the line this time. Put him 35th fastest. So right now, the field of 57 trucks looking to head into the duels. I'm not sure how the duels are going to work out. Back to watch James Bowmore, see what he does. He's got 12 seconds to get to the line. Someone just shot up the leaderboards. I think it was Ryan Barone, 8th fastest. The number 68 machine coming to the line right here. James Bowmore to 51.788. It's not going to do him any wonders. It's going to put him to 30th fastest. So here we go. We're heading into dual race number 1, which is considered a heat race. Of course, all the odd number drivers, Quincy Strawhacker, Josh Patterson, going to be your front row for this one. It is 10 laps of action. Not a lot of time to do this. It looks like it's actually different. Okay, we'll see if this works. Starting lineup for dual race number 1. We'll see if this actually works. I don't know if it will or not, though. But let's give her a shot here. Number 1, starting on the pole is... Yep, it doesn't work. Yep, figured. Of course not. It's trying to pull from the qualifying standings, and that's okay. So, Josh Patterson is your pole sitter for this one. Andre Robinson will be on his outside. You've got Larry Miles and Ivan Fonseca Moreno in row 2. Looks like there's Gabriel Dehari starting in 5th with Cody Riveras on his outside. Jason Dodonna and Ollie Reeves in row number 4. Malachi Drake and Nick Borowski are rounding out the top 10. It's Enrique Cucalon and Chase Gibbons, Maya Rose and Jay Mulder, Connor Zola and Garrett White, Ethan Workman, Ethan Harrison, Jordan Madron, Logan Sully. Of course, we're blinking out because why wouldn't we? Austin Doran, Jacob Mitchell, Diego Roldan, Amir Bascom, Duncan Faw, Jeff Acevedo, and RJ Starcevic are the 27 cars in this field. Why are we losing connection again? Alrighty. Had no problems up until now because, of course, we haven't had any problems up until now. Everybody on the grid ready to go racing. Awesome. Fantastic. Man, I fucking love Verizon. We'll be right back. And of course, we get back here after having a fight with my internet. I don't know why. Verizon can eat shit. Verizon can suck a fat dick. The only use their gateway has is to break the glass at the stores when you throw it back through the door when you decide to drop it back off to them. That's my statement that I will make. We're under caution right now. We missed the caution because I had to connect to a different internet to get into the goddamn race. So I'm really, really pissed off. I'm really frustrated, and I'm really sorry that we missed out on the beginning of this race. Hopefully, this stands the rest of the way. We stay good and connected the rest of this way. I mean, man. Enrique Cucalon can attest to the crash out that I just had. I think I let out every F-bomb, everything under the sun that I could think of, because of how mad I am at this just pile of garbage. If you ever want any tips on anything, the Verizon Gateway I used to be very big on, like very much selling point was like I always talked about how great it was. Not anymore. This thing is a worthless pile of garbage. Never use it. It used to be perfectly fine. Now all of a sudden I can't connect to anything and stay connected for the races. I don't know why. I don't get it. Anyways, we missed the caution. I'd love to go back and show you what happened. All I know is that Amir Bascom, Connor Zola, Jay Mulder, and Maya Rose have all been on pit lane getting damaged. So we missed the accident. That's all we really missed. But see Josh Patterson, a couple others taking the chicane on the road course. Yeah. All right. Well, we're under caution. Let me get the scoring up. Very least I can do. Of course, 10 laps in these duels. Caution laps do not count. So as they make their way around, is the scoring broken too? Why wouldn't it be, right? There we go. We're getting doubled up, getting ready to go back racing. It'll keep kind of shuffling about right now as it tries to figure out where everybody's supposed to be because of the no caution laps counting. But once it gets sorted out, once we go green, it'll figure out who needs to go where. But for now, it's going to keep shuffling throughout everybody, acting like it doesn't know who goes where. Let's continue on here. So, field double file. Right now, your race leader is Josh Patterson. Got Andrea Robinson who's outside. Larry Miles. You see Ethan Fonseca Moreno, the 71, and then the 72 truck right there. That's Gabriel Dahari as we make our way off of turns 3 and 4. And this time, we'll actually have a chance to see the field go green. Thankfully, we get ready to come off of turn 4 here. We'll find a way to get some Duncan Fall Glaze in here, don't you worry. He's right now in 22nd, but he can make his way up here, don't you worry. Pace truck dives off, field gonna head through the regular restart zone. Patterson will lead us to green, and now I can hit the famous button to say we're back to racing here at Daytona. Everybody all back together, organized as they go. A stack up there on the outside lane, but everybody kind of figuring them out, finding their footing as they make their way around turns 1 and 2. Out in front clear is Josh Patterson, but the field is going to be coming up here quick with the draft working its magic. Down the back they go. Moreno clear right now for the top spot. Third lane trying to form further back. I can't quite tell who that is leading that line. I believe that's the 07 truck of RJ Starcevic on the outside lane, trying to lead a third line. Now quickly ducking back into the second lane and maybe back up top. And Austin Doran trying to play defensive here on Ethan Harrison. Doran going to go to the high side. Harrison will tuck back in on the inside lane. No lanes right now as they run. And now he's by himself up top. Field storming down the back, heading back towards turn 3. Right now it's Robinson leading this field. Moreno pushing him. There's Patterson on the inside lane. Calm back down a little bit here. Right, just trying to make sure they can get to the end of this race. Now I imagine it's going to be like the top 20-something-ish that make the field. Let me see if there's any rules in place that have been put out there for me to read. Top 19 will advance from the duels. And I imagine the 40 other two trucks in the top 40 will be the top 2 qualifiers. And that's exactly what it is. Patterson is in the race later on. Robinson trying to race his way in. The battle then going to be 19th place, I'd say 20th place right now, with Patterson being up here. It's Jacob Mitchell right now in 37th. He's in 20th place. Connor Zola right there on the outside lane. Third lane again. Starcevic leading it on the top side as they make their way through 3 and 4. 3 wide action here in the corner. Coming to 6 laps to go this time by. It's going to be tight as I see up ahead. Aaron Robinson diving to the bottom lane, leading this field. Almost contact there. Further back on the outside lane, I think it was Ollie Reeves almost got into Starcevic, jumping up on the high side. Starcevic with help from the 5 truck. I think that might be technically a different number. I want to say that's the 58 of Jordan Madron. Indeed, it is Jordan Madron pushing the number 07 machine to Starcevic. His car way further back has lost the draft. That is Maya Rose right now. Right now the battle is still on for the lead side by side. They go almost contact between Moreno and Robinson. Moreno leading the middle lane right now as the high side coming. Ollie Reeves jumps up to it. Now moving up in front goes Moreno. He jumps to lead the top lane. The middle lane kind of stuck in limbo as they go. See this field making their way back into 1 and 2. 5 laps to go here in this first duel. Everybody trying to find a way to get to the front or make it at least into that top 20, which should be the cutoff as of right now with that 74 being in this pack. Right now, Workman is your last truck in the 03 machine. I believe that's the 46 Sunoco truck there on the top lane that Workman is in. Right there, we got Kukulon now on the bubble in the 22 car. Actually, Workman is in the 03. The 46 is Mir Bascombe is there, continuing to shuffle this spot around. There's Duncan Faw in the 61 truck, putting himself in a position to try to advance into this race. But it's go time. You need to get up here if you're not. Oh no, around they go in the back! Duncan Faw! That's what I get for calling him out and glazing him. He'll go for a spin. Logan Solyu got turned. Caution is out. With 4 to go, we'll have a restart, and we'll get 3 to go when we go back green. But Logan Solyu got turned on the front straightaway. Heavy damage to the front end of that number 19 machine. Looks like he will be done for the night. We'll take a look at the BRN replay and show you how it happened up in the tri-oval. I think it was Solyu trying to get up. Or maybe just contact here. Well, the 37 just comes down, ends up hooking him. At the same time, Harrison and Duncan Fall make contact. Fall almost going up and over, up ahead in that number 61 machine. But able to stay planted firm on the ground. And the 61 both got a little air time. So that'll put us under caution for the second time. As Moreno is your race leader. So Moreno looking to advance into the race, into the big show to go for the win. I believe next time by we'll go double file and get us ready to go back racing. Of course, the new deal with the XASCAR, it's now Zach, I should say. It's the Smokey Truck Series, so I'll have to rechange this. This is probably the last time you'll see this league under the XASCAR banner. And as we're running right now, get 3 to go when we hit the stripe. Of course, like I mentioned, this is rolled into SAC now. The San Andreas Auto Club League is now partnered with the Smokey Truck Series to run here. So the trucks run Wednesday nights, and of course, the SAC League runs on Thursday nights. Of course, we don't cover it on VRN, we cover the Silver Racing League, but picking up this for tonight, one night only show. So we should get a double file, and when we restart, it'll be 3 laps to go. So we're double file, we're ready to go back racing. As we get ready to go back at it here at Daytona. Still duel number 1. We got another duel coming up after this, and then we'll have an 80-lap feature for those that qualify into it here at Daytona. As it is the top 19 transfer in, I would say, with our pole sitter, Josh Patterson, currently running in 6th. That should bump the line back to 20th, which right now belongs to Ethan Harrison. We've got a couple cars in the back here in contention for that spot. We'll see who's able to take it at the end of this one and put themselves into the feature here in just a few moments. Pace car drives off, Here comes the run to the green. It's going to be Moreno and Reeves, the front row. Green flag flies. 3 laps of action left in dual race number 1. Moreno gets a good launch there on the inside lane. Cody Rivera's right there on the back bumper. Now side by side with Ollie Reeves, they go heading down into turn number 1. Push coming from RJ Starzovic, who's worked his way up to the front of this field pretty well in that number 07 machine. We'll see what he can do here in the closing laps of this one. Same as well for the 58. Jordan Madron started well out in back of this group, but the biggest mover, of course, is Starzovic, up 27 spots since the green flag flew in this duel. Up front, it's still Moreno leading, controlling the outside lane and the inside lane, moving back and forth as he sees needed here. Heading through off of turn number 4, coming to 2 laps to go this time by. The field wanting to make it to the white flag, so that way they can settle this thing at least on that last lap. Moreno controls this field on the high side with help from Ollie Reeves as they hit 2 to go this time. The outside lane really kind of rolling up here, car sliding around the back. I think that might have been, couldn't tell, but sliding around the bottom lane, outside lane, I believe it's Diego Roldan pushing the 40 of Garrett White. Now to 3rd as they've moved way up forward here. Cars in the outside lane flying to the front as they head down the back straightaway. They need to make it to the white if they want to get this race done here soon. As Moreno leads the top lane. Coming around this next time by, it will be 1 lap to go. Moreno leads the top lane as the top 4 cars, 4 trucks I should say, are clear of the inside lanes. Here we go. 1 more lap to determine it here in dual race number 1. Moreno has control of the field as they come towards turn number 1. Further back here, the rest of these trucks trying to sort things out. 3 wide they go, still shuffling and battling. Everybody trying to fight and jockey for any spot they can back here, because right now, 20th place, it belongs to the number 69 truck, Amaya Rose. Shuffling, jockeying for position as much as they can, as Moreno makes the block to hold on to the race lead. Now to the outside, it's Garrett White. Moreno blocks him, back to the inside with Harrison running up on him. It's Chase Gibbons to the 2, 3rd in the inside lane. 3 wide, way deep through this field they go, coming off of turn 4. Can Moreno control the lanes? The push from Harrison. He's not going to get a shot to make a run. They're wrecking in the background. Ethan Fonseca Moreno's Duncan Fall flips. Moreno is going to get the dual win. Duncan Fall went for a ride in the background. He flips over all across the start-finish line. He's not going to make it in, but he'll make it a show at the conclusion of this duel. We're going to go back and see that one really quickly as the second duel is getting ready to grid. Not going to be able to tell who was 20th. Of course, this thing moved so fast it shot right into dual race number 2. So we're able to jump back to dual race number 1 to the finish here. And you'll see all the transpiring and see Duncan Fall just goes up and over on top of Maya Rose's truck. I believe 20th place might go to Larry Miles in the 30 truck. Actually, it might have been Enrique Cucalon. That was 20th place, so he'll be the one advancing, I believe, but I'm not positive on that one. So, dual race number 2 coming up here. Take a look at the field, how they're getting ready to roll, or they are rolling right now, actually. Quentin Haley is leading it. Craven Richard on the outside of row 1. Row 2, it's Ryan Barone and Brian Lorenzo. Pardon me for that. Chris Downey and Connor Jafari, row 3. Jason Marshall, James Usa. Then it's Dimitri Munderson, Marcus Vanderlee, Nick Budimlik, Isaiah Fox, Logan Shore, James Bomar. Then it's Brad Sawinski, Declan George, Blake Kennedy, Alex Schumacher, Tyler Ryan, Dale Beck, That's top 20 there. That's Hunter Collier, Chris Lilly, David Bachman, Caleb Belisha, Wayne Kennedy, Shucky Tarpley, Dylan Hudson, and Eli O'Quinn. We've got 28 trucks on this one here tonight. Of these 28 in dual race number 2, I believe it'll be 19, it'll be 20 advancing, so we'll have 8 go homers after this duel as we roll on now. Pace car takes the field off of turns 3 and 4. We're getting ready to start this one here at Daytona. Dual race number 2. In waiting, Quentin Haley is the control car for this one. He is going to be starting outside of row 1 in the main feature, but right now he's got 10 laps to kind of just shake down how things feel. Dual race number 2 underway. Craven Richard going to lead lap 1 across the stripe this time as we welcome you back here in the booth. Joining me now for this one, it sounds like he's not advanced into the feature. Enrique Cucalan will join me. Just quickly, Enrique, that 10-lap sprint, what did you see out there? What do we expect to see in the 80-lap feature?
In duel number 1, I saw a lot of 3-wide action. We're already seeing that here on lap 2 of duel number 2. Everybody just trying to go 3-wide, trying to make every spot they can, put themselves in the best position to advance into the main event. 3-wide chaos. Coming back to start lap number 3.
Yeah, and the big thing about it is right now it's a big difference maker on where our locked-in driver runs right now in this duel. If he stays up in the top 19, we'll add another spot, and that'll go to 20th place. And right now, that's Hunter Collier that's in that final spot as he's making moves on Logan Shore, who now becomes the current last car in. But if Quentin Haley falls outside of that top 20, if he falls outside the top 19, well, then that cut line moves up to 19th place. So everybody really trying to just sort things out and figure out where they need to be to put themselves in a position to try and advance into this one. Right now, the 97 out in front, leading the way. He's got Connor Safari on his back bumper. James Bomar is 3rd. Alexander Schumacher is 4th. And side-by-side, Declan George and Marcus Vanderlee for 5th.
As the 9 truck of Trafari going to go to the lead. Richards went down low. I'm not sure what's up with that 97 if he just wants to get out of the way. Yeah, now the 9 of Connor Trafari to the lead. There goes the 91. Down low, that is James Yusa.
That's a bold move to drop out as much as he did there, that 97 of Craven Richard. But he'll drop back. He's in the middle of this pack right now in 9th. He's not the one locked in. That's the 13 of Quentin Haley that's locked in, so making that move to run into the pack, I guess, try to see what he can do as the race goes on. Is up ahead. That's Chucky Tarpley cutting the inside. He is now up to 6th, and he has been one of our bigger movers of the second duel, up 20 spots since the drop of the green flag, working and weaving his way to the front, doing a fantastic job right now. Coming to 6 laps to go. He's solidly in, just trying to get some more spots to see if he can pick up the dual race win as well. Outside
so there goes the 8 of, yeah, there goes the 8 of David Bockham going down low with the 3 of Jason Marshall.
And Marshall working together here, nose to tail on the backstretch, and now here comes Marshall jumping to the outside of that number 8 machine, making the move here for what will be 7th place as of right now. You see multiple trucks just fanning by on the outside lane. That top line is rolling really good right now. They're hooked up and linked up and just turning these fast laps. Have an extra 5 laps to go. So far, so clean for now. Trying to wreck it seemed like for a second, but everybody's hanging on tight right now. Right now, your last truck in belongs to the battle between Ryan Barone and Chris Lilly. Boxing, beat, and bang up here in the front, trying to find their way to where they want to be.
Yeah, the 33 of Dale Beck had a moment coming off turn number 4. He keeps it going, barely brushing the wall there through turns 1 and 2.
This tight racing they got going right here. They are tightly packed together. Oh, the 8 truck!
Whoa.
David Bachman on the apron. He didn't want to go down there, but now we're going to be 4 wide. Everybody sorts it out. Yes,
wow.
Maybe, yeah. We stay green. Up front.
So far, yeah, up front, Connor Tafari in the 9 still. I was going to say, so far, a cleaner duel, but there goes the 0-1.
And there goes the 17, Declan George up into the track. Quentin Haley going to get involved as well. Caution will fly, but Hunter Collier went around as well. Contact with Dimitri Mutters, trying to go back to see. He was getting kind of dicey back here, and, well, dicey became a wreck, and the 0-1 machine goes around and then back up the track into Declan George to put us under the first caution of dual race number 2, coming out with 4 laps to go. It all kind of started in the tri-oval. That 29 was making moves, trying to get to the front. You'll see him cut to the inside, right in the background of that 27 Chris Downey. Hunter Collier trying to hold him back, just turns down, and ends up getting turned by the 29. Almost went up and over. And then at the same time, as that number 29 was coming back up the track, he ends up getting into the 17 of Declan George, which we'll show you here in a second if my computer would stop running slow as all get out. Right back up the track, Mutters goes into Declan George, and up the track he goes. Tags the 91 as well as the 13. 2 cars that did not really need it get tagged in that one.
Just an unfortunate situation, of course, for those drivers.
Yeah, with what'll be a 3-lap shootout when we go back green, gonna have to fight to get those positions as quick as possible to put yourself at a chance to get in.
Yeah, but I'll tell you who was benefited because of that caution. The 62 of Eli O'Quinn was 12 seconds behind the pack when that caution came out, and the 09 of Isaiah Fox was a lap down, so he'll get the free pass, put himself back in contention here, try to qualify his way into the main event.
So as the field paces right now, we're expecting to be the 1 to go this time by to get us double file. So we watched Trafari lead this field.
course, Jafari picking up right left off. The winner of the last XASCAR race we covered at Kentucky.
Yep, just looking to see if he can pick up the dual win and then follow that up by picking up the proper win when this race kicks off in a few moments after this duel. So we get double filed. Ready to go back at it here at Daytona. Duel race number 2, of course, mentioned after this duel race, we will head to the main event that is the Daytona 200. 80 laps of action for the field that makes it into that race. Of course, it's the top 19 drivers plus the guy who qualified outside pole. Outside pole is Quentin Haley in the 13 truck, so he can kind of just lay back and not worry about this one. But up front, it's the battle for 19th, the cut line for making it or missing the show. That position right now belongs to, I believe, it will be the number 8 truck of David Bachman, I believe, is currently in 19th. So we'll see how he does. Down to these next 3 laps of action here at Daytona. Jafari leads, Bomar second, Shuey's in third, Vanderlee fourth, Dale Beck right now riding in fifth.
See how this one plays out.
Pace car dives off. Here we go. 3 to go when the green flag flies. Jafari launches well ahead of the pack. Green flag back in the air. Got a black flag showing right now. Not sure if that'll stick, but Chris Lilly is currently being shown a black flag. Shuey jumps to the outside lane in line with everybody as they make their way through 1 and 2. And Lilly's black flag is clear, so we will be good. No worries there. See the 3-car Jason Marshall jumping the inside of that outside run, coming and trying to make a move with help from Praven Richard. The 33 of Dale Beck stuck on the inside line. That's the 12 truck of Dylan Hudson right behind him. Richard jumps in front of them as they're trying to find their way forward, see if they can't contend for this win in this duel.
So far, single file on the top, much like what we saw at the end of Duel 1. Currently, Marshall the leader on the bottom. Jafari still the leader on the top with help from Bomar.
2 laps to go this time around. A lot of these guys just trying to make sure they find themselves in a position to race in this later on, as it looks like it's currently held by James Usa in the 91, side-by-side battling with Tyler Ryan in the 47 truck, as I believe Quentin Haley is currently 22nd. He's right here in this group, but just not enough to really push anybody forward. As you see, Jafari drifts to the bottom. Bomar's going to have a run on the outside lane. Marshall coming on the inside lane to the back of the 9.
Currently tied up front, and so coming back to the white flag. Bomar currently with the momentum.
White flag will fly. This is the last lap.
Almost some contact there between Jafari and Shuey. There goes Schumacher.
Schumacher trying to make the move. Vanderlee is glued to the back bumper of James Bomar, at least for now. Will he stay that way to get to the finish? In the middle, in the background, as it looks like Hunter Collier stuck in the middle, shuffling backwards right now, as everybody trying to sort it out. Here comes Vanderlei to the inside, side by side for the race lead for the win in dual race number 2. Vanderlei, Beaumont, door to door, contact made, trying to side draft off the corner. It looks like James Beaumont is going to pick up dual win number 2. They wreck in the background, 4 wide across the line. It looks like Logan Shore is going to get the final spot over Wayne Kennedy, or actually it'll be Wayne Kennedy over Brian Lorenzo by just a foot, if even. Oh my goodness, they wrecked massively after the finish line. Holy
Wow.
Jesus.
What a wreck.
The battle between Lorenzo and Kennedy coming to the line. You'll see it right here. Lorenzo on the outside trying to get the run, but the push from the 29 truck, that might have been Eli O'Quinn, ends up clearing the 11 and giving him the position. And then up ahead, you see the 97 went up and over, and he took himself a wild ride, making it there. But looks like Logan Shore is the last qualifier in. We'll have to go through it all. It's all shuffled up right now. Actually, I think I was doing it wrong the whole time. I think our top 2 qualifiers weren't even in those dual races. Looks like it's what it was. That would make more sense because, why would they need to run the dual the way the way it will all run? All right, so your starting lineup right now. So Quincy Stroheim and Chris Visconti were the top 2, so that changed everything on how everybody lined up. So that's my bad for not really catching that. Of course, I was dealing with a lot of other things at the time too. But anyways, all right. Strawhacker, Visconti, the front row. Moreno and Bomar were the dual winners. They're going to line up second and third. Then you got Ethan Harrison and Keelan and Belsha starting in 6th. Chase Gibbons is 7th with Shuey. Alexander Schumacher starting in 8th. Garrett White starts in 9th, and Marcus Vanderlei will round out your top 10.
And Jordy Robinson in 11th with Connor Trifari in 12th. Lining up 13th, it's Diego Roldan and Bradley Sawinski in 14th. 15th is Mayor Bascom with Jason Marshall in 16th. 17th is Cody Rivers. Chris Lilly in the 53. He's 18th. Ollie Reeves 19th. And running up your top 20, it's the 27th of Chris Downey.
Gabriel DeHari will start 21st with Praven Richard to his outside. Ethan Workman and Ryan Barone together in row 12. Row 13, Josh Patterson and Shockey Tarpley. Jay Mulder and Dimitri Munoz make up row 14. Then running at your top 30, Jeff Acevedo and Dale Beck.
31st place, it's RJ Starcevic with Nick Badimlik in 32nd. 33rd, Connor Zola, Quentin Haley in 34th. Austin Doran lines up in 35th with Hunter Collier in 36th. Jason Zadona in 37th. Dylan Hudson, 38th. And running up your field of 40, it's Malachi Drake and Logan Shore.
So we'll get ready to go racing here for the big show here. This is an 80-lap feature with 40 trucks ready to do battle here at the World Center of Racing. We welcome you here if you're just now joining us, and if you've been here before, then you know how we roll here on BRN. You're getting ready to restart for the 3rd time tonight. But this time, this is the official go at it. This is the 80 laps that these drivers have been preparing for all night long. This is the big show. It is the Daytona 200 here to kick off this season of the Zach Smokey Mountain Truck Series. We welcome you here tonight. Tossing out Enrique Cucalon on the call for you here. If you're just now tuning in, I see Gavin Austin popping in, some other drivers from other BRN leagues popping in, seeing how things are going. And if you're new here, got plenty of other racing coming up, like tomorrow night. SoFa Racing Week heading to Kentucky Speedway. Monday night, it's the Fast Track Cup Series. They head to Iowa. And then, of course, Tuesday night, the Slide Job Racing League will be rolling at Michigan. Plenty of racing here on BRN to catch up on and watch. And, of course, got a DVR log full of old races you can go back on and see what's happened before this race here tonight. So it looks like we're getting an extra lap of pacing. Just kind of getting one extra lap to get everything in order and get all our kinks ironed out, if you will. So as you see the field across the stripe this time. Enrique, I don't normally do this a lot because we really don't have the time to do it, and also most of the time I'm by myself when I do these races, but who do you think might have a chance to win it?
With a field of 40 trucks, it's very complicated to say. But if there's one driver that always is at the end of these super speedway races, it has to be the 56 Marcus Vanderlei. He put himself in contention to win this XASCAR Cessna Cup Series race at Talladega back in December, whenever I broadcasted that event, and he was always at the front of that field. So if there's one driver that can get it done, it's got to be Marcus Vanderlei in the 56.
It's not a bad pick. Starting 10th as well. It's a really good spot, but I'm going to go a little wild card. I'm going to throw the random wheel number out there. I threw it out there, and the number it gave me pick number 32. Oh, what the hell? Connor Trafari just got turned.
What? Oh, no. What?
I think they were warming their tires. Him and Jackal Roldan just made contact. I think Roldan was just trying to fuck around with Trafari and ended up turning him.
No.
Oopsie. Oh, good. No harm, no foul. We're back lined up. We're ready to go racing. What's that Dale Jarrett audio clip where he goes, "What the hell's going on out here?" That's how that felt there for a split second.
Anyways, the pace truck is off. And we are underway here at Daytona.
It took no
Coming
time
back to complete lap. Oh, hello.
I'm gonna say it took no time for a third lane to form up, and Vanderlei was the leader of the charge. Strawhacker, though, leads at lap number 1 with Moreno pushing him. Visconti and that solid black truck, at least on my end, because trading paint sucks, is currently leading the middle lane. Vanderlei back to the outside lane.
Goes to 20th pole mark, dropping back as we're 4 wide behind. Vanderlei being left out to dry.
Situation further back, some trucks on the apron. Right back, Jason Marshall in the 40 truck as well, Garrett White. I would say some cooperation from teammates to make their way back to the back. Kind of just let this thing ride out. Still very early, a lot of racing in this one here, and we're 3 wide still for third.
Of course, 80 laps, a lot of time to let things develop.
Just looking through the score, it looks like we might have 2 trucks that are going to lose the lead draft. Dylan Hudson and Malachi Drake going to drop back out of the draft entirely. They've lost touch with the field. Everybody else, however, still scattering about. We're about to be 3 wide again. Now about to be side by side for the lead. Strawhacker tried to block the run Jafari had, but here comes the 9. Leading the outside lane, Ethan Harrison leading the middle line. Oh, Strawhacker's going to go to the bottom. That's going to let Harrison jump to the top side right in front of Jafari.
Conti now doesn't want to help Strawhacker. He's just going to leave him down there on the bottom.
A lot of shuffling about here throughout the middle of this pack. Everybody's still 3 wide, trying to find room and find ways forward in the early goings of this one. Brad Sawinski there on the inside lane. That rally house number 28 stands out like a sore thumb there as they are all duking it out, jockeying for position. But up in front, the lead is now the outside lane, led by Harrison, Trafari, and Roldan. The two trucks that wrecked each other on the pace lap are now second and third.
On the bottom now, a big gap between Strawhacker and Ethan Fonseca Moreno, back to the two of Chase Gibbons. Jafari now going for the lead.
Yep, going to the top spot if he can. And it looks like he'll get it for now. And the thing I'm noticing with how this race is running, as it stands at least, is it's a lot of momentum-based racing. A lot of covers and goes. The fields were 3 wide for the top spot. Harrison in the middle, Trafari on the bottom, rolling on the outside lane. 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. They go. Top 15, all 3 wide.
Oh, the 80 of Visconti got out of shape there.
And back down towards turn 1. Harrison leads the outside lane, and again, that inside and middle lane starting to die out a little bit, as now Vanderlee, third on the outside lane, clears every other lane, and I would imagine he might drop down. There he goes, down to the inside lane quickly, just as soon as I go to say it. He jumps down and trying to make some more forward progress, trying to go to the race lead.
And Harrison just blocking all the lines. Visconti now for second.
Visconti shuffling around, jumping to the outside, jumping to the inside. There you see jumping back up top, Vanderlee and Visconti, as well as Harrison. Inside lane now led by Kellen Belsha in the 81 truck, and there the middle lane led by the 68 of Ryan Barone.
So far so good for this field, only lap 7, but we've already seen some very aggressive moves. Aggressive but clean moves by this field.
As the field makes their way through turn 4, completing lap number 7 when they hit the stripe this time. Harrison, the 77, leads on lap 7 as Visconti pushing him now in the outside lane. Top 3, almost top 4, are clearing their ways right now. The inside line trying to make it. Belsha in the 81 truck being pushed by Trafari on the bottom lane. The 81 making forward progress, and the first time you'll ever hear anyone say, yeah, that 81 truck looks pretty good out there right now, especially with who drives it nowadays in the NASCAR Truck Series.
Oh! Contact for second. Visconti got into the side of the 81.
They're able to keep it together for now for the front, back in the back. Everybody else still trying to sort things out. They're mostly double file as they run. The top 38 trucks are all still in this lead pack. It's just 2 trucks that have lost touch with the field.
Oh!
Oh, big stack up.
Vanderlee.
Yeah, a lot of trucks down on the apron there after that one. Look at Visconti.
3 wide.
Visco sends it 3 wide up the gut. Can he clear either lane? Not quite.
I don't think he's going to be able to.
Belsha still leading the outside lane, pushed by Roldan. Now Strawhacker, third in line on the outside lane, inside lane. dying out as the middle lane led by Visconti, Harrison, and the 68 of Barone. Inside lane now trying to merge back up. It's Trafari with help from Nicholas Budimlik as well, as I believe that inside lane is Praven Richard. As now Visconti dives to the inside lane, and he's going to try to jump back up to the outside lane quickly again.
Yeah, you mentioned it, momentum-based racing, and everybody's just trying to hold their line, try to stay up there in that lead pack, try to not fall too far back, put themselves in a dangerous position, but they're playing some games up here, I'll tell you that much.
Visconti leading the inside lane with Harrison pushing him. Now you see open up that inside line as we hit lap 11 complete after this one. Harrison and Visconti clear out in front for now, but they're going to get lined back up with that outside lane. Jumping back to the top side as they come through the tri-oval.
Belsha went to make a move. It hasn't worked out the way he wanted. He's going to have to jump back here on the top line. Now, big gap between the top three and the rest of the field.
They have linked up and are working out together perfectly as they roll ahead of this pack, but quickly you'll see they won't be out in front for long. The field will catch them and will quickly pull back up and have a huge run. Lap number 14 coming up. Visconti leads this field. Harrison second, rolled in his third, and Belsha fourth. Trafari now fifth as the outside lane starting to take precedence, starting to make these moves, and we're starting to go that single file racing that you kind of see happen in real life, where everybody gets single file nose to tail in the one lane and chug along.
And that's usually how these super speedway races go. We see a little bit of racing there at the beginning, then everybody just starts getting in line. Everybody realizes, like, hey, we got to get our trucks to the end. The best spot we can. To the point where we're going to see drivers just chilling, staying in line, their way all the way until we get to green flag pit stops. Ourselves in position to hopefully be there at the end of this one.
The outside lane really rolling here. The inside lane led by Budimlik, trying to make forward progress in the 67 truck. Now Strawhacker going to push him as the inside lane now led by Hunter Collier. They're going to shuffle him around and shuffle him back. As Roland getting shuffled around here, as that's a big bobble there. There's a stack up that inside lane. He's trying to keep some momentum going, though, in the 99 truck. These are getting a little dicey. Everybody trying to sort things out, trying to figure out where they want to go. Harrison trying to block every line if he can. And now here comes Straw Hacker on the inside. Visconti stuck in the middle.
Oh, the 67 truck, Nick Podimlik.
I don't like the way they're racing. Oh, contact! Up the track,
no,
there they go! Budimlik
Big
across
trouble.
the field. Everybody gonna pile into this one. It's the big one at Daytona. There's Chris Lilly in the grass, the 36 truck as well, parked in the field as everybody goes around. And we're under caution for the first time tonight on lap 17. But man, what a great 17 laps we're facing. That was at least up until the caution came out. Taking a look at your beer end replay. We're going to go look from the sky and show you this one all transpire. You can kind of feel it coming with the way they started racing. And we'll take a look. It'll first show Quincy Strawhacker here. The inside lane is where he was at. Budimlik getting a bottle push from Visconti. Then around he goes up the track into everybody. And then see Strawhacker get tagged at the end. Everybody just trying to make it through unscathed. But the end result is a lot of cars wadded up there. This car's almost got airtime.
Of course, these trucks do have blowover physics, so the right circumstances, they will go up and over.
I saw it happen in the duels as well.
And at first, it looks like the 67 makes contact with the 49. It looks like things are going to just stay the way they are, but the 67 just try to save it and got himself on the front of the 80.
Something I want to ride with here. I'm going to take a ride with Amir Basco and see how he misses this one. I saw him like almost thread the needle at one point. He missed that one. Oh, God. I just saw the backboard of the 72 truck. Holy hell.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, the sea's just parting for Amir Bascombe. What a way to miss that wreck, man. Kudos to the 46 truck. How did he make it through that one unscathed? That's a pretty fun ride there.
Yeah, so pretty fun when you see it from up here in the booth. Pretty stressful when you're inside of the truck.
So we're doubled up, we're ready to go back racing. Kellen Belsha is your race leader. Ethan Harrison is going to be second on the inside lane there. See Hunter Collier, Brad Sawinski in row 2. Row 3, it looks like it's Ryan Barone and the 52 of Austin Doran. See back there, I believe that's Jeff Acevedo in the 65, as well as Mir Bascom, that 46 truck we mentioned earlier. And then it's Alexander Schumacher, as well as Quentin Haley, I believe. That'll be your top 10. So we get ready to restart. So, we're getting ready to restart here, coming off of turn 4. Coming to lap number 20. It'll be 61 laps to go. Would expect at least one pit stop to come out of this. I'm not sure what the fuel mileage is.
We're back to green.
Here we go. Great launch in the outside lane there as this 81 jumps clear. Sawinski gets clear. Harrison on the inside lane as well. Doran trying to roll up on the back of the 28 truck as well. As everybody's just trying to get things sorted out here after the caution. We've got a couple of trucks. Oh my God! What a send to block the inside lane. Or at least to take the lead for Brad Sawinski. He makes it work for now.
Already going at it here on lap 1 of the restart.
Yeah, everybody's not taking any time to try and get 3 wide and make moves further back in this field. Sawinski leads. Inside lane now with Harrison and Collier, the top 3.
Harrison not going to waste any time. He's already going to jump to the top.
So it's up front, shuffling all about. Everybody jumping all around as Harrison is leading. Belcha's second, Collier third. See a lot of trucks 3 wide back here. Big gaggle of trucks, including, guess who? Christian Visconti back in the picture now, pushing Quentin Haley in the middle. Back of this field right now, the top lane is a dominant lane. As you see the leaders all up there: Harrison, Collier, Belcha, Doran, Haley. They're working the middle lane, trying to get up there and contend. Inside lane, trying to forge forward. Still Visconti pushing Haley, but not able to get quite clear of Ray Robinson in the outside lane just yet.
Three wide further behind at 56. Marcus Vanderlei trying to make his way back into the race after being involved in that last caution.
Double file, really trip 3 wide, not really happy for maybe a spot or two in the back of the pack. Forced to go double file as they make their way down to turn 1 on lap 45.
And this is pretty much what we saw before the crash that occurred coming out of turn 4. We saw this double file kind of chill racing that they were having. And suddenly turned to 3 wide madness, but currently Quentin Haley going for the lead with help from Visconti.
Big push coming inside lane. Quentin Haley now charging to the top spot. Oh! Acevedo! No, there he goes! And around they go in front of the pack. Chase Gibbons around. Ollie Reeves. It's a 12 truck there. Dylan Hudson. Many more involved. Caution out for the second time tonight. Acevedo got sideways, and finally turned. After contact with Dylan Hudson, just trying to follow those leaders on the inside line. And around he goes. Gibbons just gets turned as well in the melee. Ollie Reeves, Marcus Vanderlei, Dale Beck right there. Nine truck sliding in at the last second.
Something I'm looking at here is Haley and Visconti get a big run going down the backstretch, and suddenly the run dies, and that generates a stack up behind everyone there on the inside line, and the 12 of Dylan Hudson just couldn't react in time and turns to 65, and that's what caused the incident, of course.
Another truck that got damaged in that too, by the way, Connor Chafari. Took a pretty good shot to the nose of that 9 truck. Right on board with him, we'll show you how it happened. Chase Gibbons took a heck of a lick to the outside wall in this wreck too. The 90 truck is Malachi Drake. He went spinning to miss that wreck, and he missed everybody. He just wound up going around while doing so.
So that's our second caution of the night. Second incident also of the night. Some drivers coming down pit road. Andretti Robinson decided stay out, along with the 46 of Amir Bascom and the 4 of Jay Mulder. Even Harrison, the first car off pit road. On the green, Freddie Robinson and Mir Bascom, the front row. First time we've really seen the four of Jay Mulder up here at the front of the field. Of course, these restarts have been very aggressive from everyone, so we'll see how this one plays out. And we're restarting with 52 laps to go. The 9 of Connor Jafari just coming out of pit road. He is a lap down, so a lot of damage on that 9 truck. It's still in this race. Still come back if we get more yellows.
So getting ready to restart here on lap number 29. It's Freddie Robinson and Amir Bascom, the front row. Mitch J. Mulder in third. Ethan Harrison is fourth. Hunter Collier is in fifth. They're coming to the restart zone now. Green flag is going to fly once more. Back to racing here at Daytona. Oh, there goes Mulder! Going for a spin on the backstretch. And there goes all that track position. The caution will fly. And they're wrecking again. The 03 being the workman's around. I think Quentin Haley got around as well. We're back under caution here for now the third time tonight. It starts with Jay Mulder going for a spin on the backstretch. And hell, it looks like it starts with Visconti and Haley. Actually, 81, Belsha moves down, Mulder gets turned around, and he goes for a spin on the backstretch. Mostly no harm, no foul, at least for him. Doesn't hit the wall or anything, just going to have to get some new tires. But what happens to Quentin Haley in this one?
Oh, it's a big air for the 03 of Workman.
See it right up ahead here. Workman and Haley. Around they go, and yeah, Workman got some airtime. And then back up the track. Lucky to not get hit really by anybody else. That's super lucky for Workman, no one else hit him. Keeps that car and truck in one piece for now.
So it'll be the 97 of Braden Richards getting the free pass. Himself back on the lead lap.
So should get double file. Should be ready to go back racing here as a restart on lap number 33 to get the green flag. As Robinson and Bascombe are still your front row. It's Visconti in third, Harrison fourth, and the 81 of Kellen Belsha is fifth. Should be getting ready to come to green here, Enrique. How are we feeling coming to the halfway point of this race?
Well, we've seen some good racing. We saw some good racing for the first 17 or so laps. And of course, we saw the first caution of the night. Then we went back green. And so far, it's been a few cautions here and there. Hopefully that doesn't turn out to be the case for the rest of this one. We can go back. Hopefully we can go back and see some of that racing we saw the first 17 laps of this one, because that was pretty intense. Clean but intense. So we'll see what the field can do here. Of course, still a long way to go here from Daytona. More than half of the race still remains.
They struck off. Robinson going to match the gas in the restart zone. Back to green we go. Bascombe, not a good launch. Visconti all over the back of the 45. Now quickly to the outside.
Visconti crossing over the 45, already going down low to the bottom. No help whatsoever, though. We're going to be 3 wide here.
Oh, Visconti getting really aggressive, and Robinson jumps to the outside lane. Not fully clear Harrison. Harrison goes middle, now goes low. And Robinson stuck in the middle, nowhere to go.
Oh.
Waits too long. Harrison and Dahari both going to blow the doors off the 45. See Harrison jumps to the lead in front of Dahari. Visconti leading the inside line. And now you see Shuey trying to make a move there. The 68 truck trying to find a way forward. Visconti jumps in the middle lane. Oh, almost got a little sideways. Harrison leads the top side.
Currently fourth on the top. That's the 31 of Ollie Reeves. He was involved in that second caution. Vito got turned around.
He's back up here in the fold, not out of it yet. I don't know if we had any fast repairs that would leave these guys having a chance still, but we really haven't had any DNFs. Only one truck, one lap down right now. Connor Jafari, the entire field is still in this race. Top side, really the dominant line right now. Oh, there they go! Shocky Tarpley's around! Oh, big hit! Huge hit up in the front of the field! Somebody just went head on into the outside wall. I think it might have been Nicholas Budimlik, but I'm not sure. I just saw a flash of white slam the outside barricade.
Oh,
that was a massive hit, and it was indeed the 67 of Budimlik, but that wreck started with Shocky Tarpley, the 25 going around, and it looks like it might have been off the front bumper of the number 80 truck of Christian Visconti. We're looking back to see here on the BRN replay. You'll see it right here. Visconti gets into Tarpley and then contact with the 81 of Belsha. And around they going up ahead, you'll see bang!
oh,
Huge hit!
Oh, and then clips the 45 of Robinson.
I think that was Belsha that went into the outside wall with the 67 truck. We'll take a ride on board with him and see it. In the BRN replay, you'll see right here, turn down the track, and then cuts right back up, and then just bang! He takes a pretty good hit, but the harder hit, of course, will come at the expense of Nick Budimlik. Watch this one. Oh, goodness gracious. You mentioned Robinson got tagged. Malachi Drake gets tagged by the 67 truck there. As well, Chris
Yeah, not really
Downey.
sure what happened with the 81. And I mean, got turned down the track, came back up into the Budimlik, and then clips Robinson, comes back down the track again and clips the 27 of Chris Downey.
Good lord. Hellacious hits there. And that might be our first couple DNFs of the race. Indeed it is. Budimlik is out. Downey is out. Belsha might be out as well.
rewatching the 67 trick, just what a hit. He took all the way to the outside wall. Anyways, after all that, Austin Doran is now the leader of this race. Quincy Strawhacker, who started on the pole, was involved in the first incident. He's back there in second. Cody Rivera, we haven't talked about him much tonight. He's currently in third. Jay Mulder went for a little bit of a wild trip down backstretch pavement. He's back there in fourth.
Yeah, Gabriel Dehari running in fifth right now. Just been a very interesting set of just cautions there. But we're still going. So I'm looking to see. I don't think we had a fast repair. Let me look and see. I say this like I don't have a way to check it. No fast repairs. So we really just haven't had a lot of damaging wrecks that really took people out, but finally had our first one of the night. 3 trucks officially out of this race. Chris Downey, Kalen Belisha, and Nick Pudimlik now going to be scored 38th, 39th, and 40th out of this race now. Everybody else, the top 37 trucks still in it, still in contention to win it. Coming up at the halfway point of this race, and we'll go back green. Austin Doran, Quincy Strawhacker, the front row, going through the United Rentals restart zone and back to green. We're racing once more. Visconti and Bomar going at it down the backstretch. Still going at it, still Doring. Now we're wrecking. They're wrecking in the back, it looks like, too. A big scatterbus of trucks trying to sort things out.
But we stay green.
I don't know what Visconti was doing, what he was thinking he was doing, what he was trying to do. In the end, he cost himself a ton of spots and a ton of time. Go back and see it on the backstretch. Just contact with Bomar on the exit turn 2. They also wrecked on the apron, it looks like, further back. The 01, a couple trucks down on the apron. Visconti, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? He just started Doring Bomar through turn 2. And they just kept going down the back. Vanderlee, and I believe that was Ryan Barone that went down towards the inside wall. Oh, Barone massive hit the inside wall as well. Oh. Quentin Haley out of it now too. Marcus Vanderlee, I think, got some damage through it all. Just chaotic. But things have spaced out and we've kind of eased up a little bit for now. as the field makes their way back into turn 1, lap number 42 underway.
You know, that has just separated this field into 2 big packs. Currently, this first lead pack led by Ethan Patterson. The second one led by Bolmar still. And second pack are mostly single file, trying to get themselves back into this race, trying to catch up to that first pack.
The top 9 is clear. That second pack is 10th place James Bomar leading the way. Everybody trying to catch back up to the top 9 as they run right now. Single file, maybe the plan for these guys. Ollie Reeves!
Oh!
A Larry loose situation there. Gets it back under control very quickly. But yeah, these guys maybe just want to log these laps, run single file as far away from the field as they can, try to put a gap on 10th place James Bomar, and just see what they can do. But that top 10, those 10th place on back trucks, they're quickly going to start catching with this lined up group.
And of course, different approach for the lead pack. They're currently running the top side of the racetrack. The second pack running the bottom. Last time by was 6/10 quicker. This time by just under 3/10 quicker, but still.
So as we see Dale Roldan pulling off in the background of this group, I think he might be calling it a night. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and... Well, he's trying to... He was trying to take it into the infield section. Instead, he ends up telling it damaged too much for him to continue. Austin Doran shuffled out from the race lead. He's going to drop back to the back of this line of trucks as Bomar is reeling in this group. They are working together from 10th on back to catch the top 9.
And the top 9 have realized that if they kept running the top side of the racetrack, that the second pack was going to catch them. So they've quickly adapted to that. They're now on the bottom. Our Bomar is just right there. He can barely sniff the draft. It's a little bit of a... And they'll be set.
So you see Doran shuffles into 8th place ahead of Jay Mulder. But right now it's just single file running. Well, at least the top 9 are. You just maintain watching that second pack 2 seconds back of the top 9. If they can keep it single file, they can definitely catch. But the more they race each other, the more time they'll lose out. 2 seconds back, definitely doable. now we've hit the logging laps phase of the race. Everybody's calmed down, spaced out after the incidents earlier, and now just running as best as we can.
And of course, if this continues the way it's currently going, Trevor's still going to have to make one more green flag pit stop before this race concludes.
So that second group is losing time right now. I don't see them double file, but they're just not making it work the way you would think they could with the more trucks. That's the thing about drafting. You know, a single train of 9 trucks work a lot better than a single train of 15 trucks. Just how it is. I look at the chat for 1 second and see sources tell me Nikki B is stable. Please God. I hate you so much. Coming to 30 laps to go. Ethan Harrison is in control of this race. Mentioned Enrique. One more green flag stop. Now, I don't know what the fuel tank window is. I would imagine it's probably the 40 lap situation, but if not even, if the window opens up, do you pit at the beginning of that window or do you stretch it as long as you can?
Well, there's of course the Brett Bennett strategy, which is pit right when the window opens and then line up with your buddies and go all the way to the end, and then somehow manage to lose the race still. Early might put you in a little bit of an advantage if a caution does come out, because that means you would cycle out as the leader. But I do also see the strategy of pitting late, having a little bit more fuel, being able to run a little bit harder, hit yourself up in case of a green-white checkered or an overtime finish. So there's, of course, advantages and disadvantages of pitting early and pitting late. Of course, we'll have to see which drivers pick which strategy. I do believe everyone in this first pack will try to be on the same sort of strategy. It would be kind of weird if they weren't, because that would even break them up. Because that would break them up even more, and probably that would make the second pack catch up to them once green flag pit stop cycle out.
So single file we go, lap 52 now. Just waiting for these drivers to make their stops. But really just kind of calm, easy, nothing crazy right now, just taking it nice and slow as the field makes its way around before we get our pit stops going.
Oh, caution!
Further back in the pack, we got a wreck. Hunter
Hunter
Collier's
Collier's
junked. Josh Patterson is junked. And green flag pit stops. Looks like we won't need them. So we'll go to the VRN replay and show you what happened in the back of this pack. Now, I believe this is Hunter Collier up ahead. Yeah, so we'll show you what happens here. Now, this is not in the second pack. This is in a third group of trucks. So here, Shockey Tarpley gets to the inside of Hunter Collier and then just turns him. Trying to get in line, I think, and then Patterson just ends up tagging him. Jeff Acevedo gets turned as well. I think what Tarpley is trying to do is actually, this was indeed the second pack. It's Connor Jafari leading it. He was trying to get to the inside, and Jafari closed the hole. He was trying to follow Logan Shore, and they just make contact and around they go. But Tarpley, I think, got a little ambitious with that move, trying to make it work. Patterson, big contact as well with the number 01 truck, and likely going to end his night. But like you said, that caution here, they could pit and make it to the end of this race.
I do believe that also kind of saves the second pack. They were catching up at the beginning of the run, but then they started falling back. Right before the caution came out, they did decide to swap leaders. It was Bomar at first, and it was the 9 of Connor Trafari. It does help them get back up to the first pack and try to go race for it. Everybody gonna come down pit lane.
And we'll see how it all transpires. Pit road for what could be the final pit stop for these drivers tonight.
And it looks to be Gable Jahari winning the race off pit road.
Taking enough fuel to make it to the end of this race. Looks like he takes the least amount. I think he just took enough to make it to the end, which will be very tight. So Dahari leads, Harrison second, Workman is third, Strawhacker fourth, Doran is fifth. And what is going to come down to a final 23-lap shootout when we get back green. Gloves are coming off even more than they were before, Enrique. This is going to come down to a cluster, I guess is the best way to say it, in this battle for the win.
Yeah, of course, we've seen the 77, and I do believe the 77 is still the truck to beat. He has just put himself in position up there and blocked every run that happens. He's really learned how to control this race, and that's what it takes to put yourself in position to win this race. Now, that, of course, that doesn't mean that you will automatically win the race. You still got to go through all the light race madness that does tend to ensue once we get into the 10 to go, 5 to go range. And, of course, even more once you're on the last lap. But I do like the 77's chances to get to victory lane here tonight. Of course, Still more than 20 laps to go here in Daytona. A lot can happen. A lot of trucks can be taken out. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see and very exciting to see how these drivers tackle the next 23 laps of this race.
So we'll see how it all shakes out. We're doubled up, ready to go back racing. Here we go. Dahari, the lead truck on the inside lane to the restart zone. Green flag gonna fly. 23 laps of racing here at Daytona. Ooh, work Matt Harrison! Bobbling, dicing all the way through the field.
Wow.
Just about wrecked there on the backstretch again, but they keep it straight. Dahari leads the outside lane as they continue on here through 3 and 4. 3 wide they still go.
Connor Trafari had some big damage earlier in the race. He's back up here. Oh, they're wrecking behind.
Caution back out again. Logan Shore is around. I believe Dimitri Mooners. And we'll have another restart. And if I told you who started all this, would you be shocked if I said Visconti trying to shove it up in the hole where Mooners was already at, and around he goes in front of Chris Lilly. See Logan Shore as well, and then Craig Richard goes around for a spin. Visconti just too late on the move. Mooners was there. Visconti tried to pull up the high side, puts Mooners in the wall, and then Mooners gets into Richard. He goes around, and they all spin there on the apron. No one really takes a big hit, any big damage at least. But it brings out another yellow flag.
Yeah, and of course we've seen Visconti's aggression in this race. There's no doubt about that. He's one of the fastest trucks. I would even go out there and say it. Just, he's out back. He's trying to make his way back up through the field. But sometimes what you need is patience. There's still 20 laps to go in this race. A lot can still happen. We've seen drivers come and go. Just be a little bit patient. Put yourself in a spot where you know you're going to be aggressive, but you're also going to be patient. And sometimes that's all it takes. You know, things start happening up front, and suddenly you find yourself up there. Well, I don't know if you received this message, Dawson, but a little of a text here from Andrew Elias. for you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, Andrew Elias says that a viewer says that you sound cute tonight. I wonder who that might be.
No clue.
Oh, Andrew.
So we should go double file this time. Which will put a screen with 18 to go. Stahari, Workman, Trafari, Riveris, and then Gibbons, the top 5. And some of these names that I'm mentioning in this top 5, these are guys that were in accidents earlier. I mean, the 03 leading Workman, he was all 4 tires off the ground at one point in this race. Connor Trafari, heavy front end damage. Chase Gibbons turned head on to the outside wall, but still, they find their way up here. They're still rolling, and they're still making it work. Oh man, I can't share what I just got sent from Andrew Elias. Jesus Christ Almighty, Andrew. All right. Okay, interesting.
Knowing Andrew, I probably know what it is. It was just classic Andrew.
All righty.
Yeah, we're going to come back to the restart. 18 laps to go here at Daytona.
Pace truck is ready to dive off towards the safety of pit lane. We'll see if they can make it 18 more laps. Green before we take the checkered flag. I see a black flag being displayed right now for Christian Visconti. We'll see if that gets cleared off for these drivers as we get back to green.
It's like, yes, all the black flags were cleared after that restart.
Strawhacker and Doran jump to the outside to form a third lane quickly here, but the front truck is that 72 of Dahari, controlling now the outside lane as he jumps up. Trafari now leads the inside lane with help from Chase Gibbons.
Oh, contact! Gibbons out of shape.
He hangs on to it for now. On the apron. No bleed spots, bleed time, and likely lose the draft, but his truck is still in one piece for now as they make their way around this time by. Hit the stripe for lap 64.
It looks like another black flag given to Visconti. Might be for aggressive driving. We will have to show that black flag. Conti almost turning Bomar there in the middle of the corner. Wow.
These two dooring each other earlier in this race. No love lost between them. Oh, contact!
Oh, yeah, he's just trying to.
Oh,
yeah,
he's just trying to, and now he's out.
Yeah,
Kicked
there
from the
you go.
session, and
Yeah,
no
you're
shocker
out.
there, man. I mean, what in the hell was he thinking at that point? I don't get it, Visco. I don't get it. Bomar gets the last lap for now. He's 6th place as they run.
Yeah, just absolutely uncalled for.
And pointless. Just so pointless.
Anyways, talking about Bomar, there he goes. Jumps down low to the bottom side. Nobody going with him. Scratch that off. There goes the 9 of Connor Trafari. 77 of Ethan Harrison.
See if any more drivers elect to go down low as we hit the 15 to go. Presented by 72 Diecast. 72diecast.com for all your new pre-order diecast and new releases from Lionel Racing. Or older diecast released on 72 Diecast on eBay. So pick up some new diecast today, whether you want something from the current day and current age, or maybe something from a couple years prior. Reach out to 72diecast.com or 72 Diecast on eBay today and pick up your new diecast collections. James Bomar with Connor Trafari, inside line, rolling contact. The push of the pusher does not work. Harrison pushes into Trafari, into Bomar, just about wrecked him over turn 4. And now is where things get really dicey.
Yeah, less than 15 to go. It's on now. Some drivers that we haven't seen tonight much up here in this front pack. The 16 of Connor Zola being one of them. 4th truck on the bottom.
And Bomar getting a shove now from Harrison with help from Shuey, as well as he said at the inside line, Connor Zola making his presence known to the end of this race. He's moved his way up to the front now. Is Dahari trying to lead the outside lane. Now Bomar going to pull up in front and control the field with 13 to go.
Tight racing as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Harrison with help from Schumacher. They're going to maybe clear the 20 of Bomar. Not enough for Schumacher. There goes Harrison now in front of the 20.
As you see the field darting down into turn 3, the top lane, top 3 trucks clear for now. Do they try to make any moves or they stay tucked nose to tail? Middle lane, Coda Riveras is currently struggling now, dropping way back in the middle lane as they are fading. The inside and outside lane shuffling by him. See, that outside line is now the king of this race. And look at Jay Mulder, though, making a move to the inside. He'll have help coming with Connor Trafari on the bottom lane.
A big run for now, but they're going to have to get linked up here with the 16 of Zola. So far, so good for Mulder. Still getting that momentum coming out of the turn number 2. He's right there with a 77 of Harrison. outside prevails through the tri-oval. Just 10 laps to go here in the Smokey Truck Series season opener here at Daytona. Harrison goes down low to block the bottom, goes back up top. Mulder, that leaves Trafari now, as here comes Marcus Vanderlee getting put a lap down. He's going to go all the way down to the apron.
The inside lane led by Connor Trafari, Connor Zola, and Hunter Collier, who's had an up and down night all race long. He finds himself once again back in the mix. Oh, Harrison! He's in the wall! And they're scattering still, trying to keep it together. Are they going to keep it together? Somehow, some way, through all of that, we stay green, and your race leader is Connor Zola in the 16 truck.
What a shocking turn of events. The dominant truck of the night, Ethan Harrison, now with possible damage to the right side of that truck. We'll see what he can do here in the final 8 laps of this race. Or 9 laps, excuse me. There goes Hunter Collier now to the bottom.
With a push on the outside for Connor Zola coming from Alexander Schumacher in the 68 truck. Shows the 50 on your screen up there on the ticker, but he's number 68 in our hearts. Shuey pushes Zola. Robinson pushes Collier. Off of turn 4 they go, coming around to 8 laps to go.
Oh, Bulmer now trying to shove it through the middle with her from Tahari. There goes Schumacher.
Shuey trying to go to the race lead. Here comes the 68 truck. Alexander Schumacher to the point now. Oh, somebody shuffled way out in the background. That might have been Garrett White. Indeed it was.
That is Garrett White.
As they're catching a lap truck up ahead. Patterson will stay on the apron and let the fields race by. 3 wide all the way through this field as Zola leads on the top side.
Oh, a little bump there from Bulmer to Schumacher that sends him back down low to the bottom. Tight racing there between Bulmer and Collier. Somebody dropping bad. That might be the 4 of Mulder. Schumacher now with another good run. Oh, Zola, a little loose there coming out of 2.
Zola just about caught the wall. Shuey pulls to the outside lane. He'll lead the top side. Beaumont leads the middle. Collier leads the bottom. Look at those 3 trucks working the middle lane as best they can. They'll dive to the bottom, and that's going to hang Strawhacker out to dry in the middle. But Beaumont leads the field, coming around to 6 laps to go.
Beaumont and Tahari jumped there to the top side of the racetrack. Oh, Trafari now to the middle.
And Collier on the bottom, working the inside lane, pushes there. Trafari and Workman in the middle lane. Look at Jason Marshall catching up to the back over the 03. Collier tries to pull a block! Almost gets wrecked for his efforts!
Wow!
How do they keep hanging on to it? They will not be able to hang on to it much longer. You could cut the tension in this pack with a knife. How just... Oh my God! Everybody is on edge right now. Nobody is giving an inch. They're taking as much as they can. But coming around now, guess what, boys? 5 laps to go. You have got yourselves a chance at putting your name as the winner of the first race of the season at Daytona on the line. Who's going to go up there and take it? We're wrecking. Marshall's around. Big accident in the back.
Ethan Harrison is in it.
And we are going to overtime here at Daytona. And now you can catch your breath. Wow. You could feel that building for the longest time, and finally it all breaks down into turn 1. 5 laps to go. Here's what happened. Oh, Workman tried to shove it in. Oh, multiple wrecks happened, actually, it looks like. Or did that just... Did that just jump forward on me? That was kind of weird. Try that again. Workman tried to jump in front of Chris Lilly on the outside lane. Try this again here. You'll see him do it. Contact gets made. Lilly and Harrison get turned. Harrison into Marshall, and around they go. Moreno gets into it. You see there, I believe, a couple of the other cars in that group for the Bull Shock trucks all get involved. Just kind of see it right here. The contact, Harrison goes around. Moreno gets tagged by Harrison. That's the 07 truck. RJ Starcevic, he gets a piece of it. Just heavy damage to the 77, who went from leading this race, being dominant, to now he's going to be out of it. Not going to have a shot at winning here at Daytona. Hoo-wee. My, oh my.
Yeah, and through all that, a big save for the 71 of Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Saves it on the apron, Kyle Busch style.
So as we have a chance to just take a deep breath and get ready for this first overtime attempt. I'm not sure how many attempts we have. I'd imagine we have 5.
Let me see if
But
I
I'm
can go
not
get that real
sure.
quick.
Sure, you can pull that up real quick for us.
We're looking at the session details here. Looks like there will be a grand total of 3 attempts at a green-white checkered.
So 3 attempts. We'll see how it plays out. But coming around right now. We got a chance at our first overtime restart. James Bomar is your race leader. Gabriel Dehari is second, and it's Schumacher third. Robinson fourth. Connor Zola is fifth. You mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, your pick was Marcus Vanderlee. As it sits right now, he is the lap down, the only truck 1 lap down. Would you like to change your pick?
It's definitely interesting. I've seen this race. Of course, I was part of a truck race at Daytona a couple of months ago. That went completely different. That was a totally single file event. But tonight, it's been a complete 180. Drivers just coming and going. It's really tough to decide on a singular driver to pick to win this race. I don't really think I could give you an option right now. But if I had to pick one, it's got to be that 20 truck of James Bomar.
Well, my pick wrecked out. He finished last. I picked Nick Budimlik, 32nd pick the starting grid. He's finishing 40th tonight. So I'm feeling right now like it's going to be a good fought finish for that 01 Hunter Collier, he's looked very sporty all race long from making ways to the front. I think he has a chance to get it done. But here's how this works. If you're new to this, which I'd be shocked if you were new to this, this is overtime here at Daytona. Here's what happens. We'll take the green flag with 2 laps to go. If we get a caution, we will re-rack them, restack them, and do another restart. But if we get to the white flag, or at the very least in iRacing ways, if we get off of turn 4 towards the tri-oval, we'll see the white flag, and that'll be it. We will race to the finish no matter what. The entire field could wreck after the start-finish line on the white flag lap. We're racing around one more lap. So here's how it's going to come down to it. Bomar and Dahari, the front row. Bomar is your control as we head towards the United Rentals restart zone here at Daytona. Green flag is going to fly. 2 laps to settle it here at Daytona. Push coming from Schumacher.
Bomar instantly jumps up to the top there.
Jumps to the top, works with Dahari. Bomar leading the outside lane. Shui leads the inside.
Dahari now trying to make a move through the middle there as they make their way down the backstretch. A lap and a half to go.
Can they make it to the white flag? Are we going to have another restart?
Oh, they're wrecking in the back.
Still green so far. Still spinning on the apron. And there's the caution!
The caution is out. So we will try it again.
Bomar was so close to getting that white flag. Instead, he'll have to settle for another restart. So we'll go to the BRN replay, show you what happened. Further back, it looks like it was Dylan Hudson in the 12 that's involved in this one. Back of this pack, Jay Mulder. I think Jay Mulder was trying to come down and just ends up turning the 12. And he mostly saves it. Sailor already starts to go around. See it right here, the 4 truck trying to come down, I guess. And just ends up turning the 12. I'm sure Mulder didn't know he was down there or what, but he ends up turning him. And it puts us under another caution and our second overtime restart. And I think Bowman will be fine if we get another couple cautions and get the yellow coming out while he's leading. Pretty happy if that happened. So, restart coming up. It's going to be another overtime restart number 2 when we get back going. Bomar held the lead on that restart. Dahari stayed second. Robinson now up to third. Schumacher is fourth. And Brad Zawinski has snuck his way into the top 5. That 28 machine coming alive at the right time. Going to have a chance at the end of this one here, Enrique.
Yep. Double overtime. GRBRN, of course. See if they can make it back around this time. Otherwise, we'll go for the third and final attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Of course, once we get to the third one, all bets are off. They're finishing this race no matter what.
So if we wreck, are you saying if we wreck and get a caution on that last overtime, they're just going to go ahead and race it out? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm guessing.
Well, it
Otherwise,
sounds like.
I'm not really sure if this league handles their cautions via admins, via in-race control, or if iRacing just automatically throws them. It's really interesting because if iRacing throws them and the caution comes out, the race would technically end on their caution. Not really sure how they want to play that out, but we'll see. Hopefully we don't have to deal with all the controversy that comes with a caution during the third attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Hopefully we can end it in regular conditions.
Let's get it done without having to go through and time and score everything to find out who's finishing where or anything like that. Let's just go ahead and end it under green. So the field is double file, getting ready for overtime attempt number 2 here at Daytona, as we're looking forward to seeing who can take home the crown and pick up the first win of this season of the Zach Smoky Mountain Truck Series. It is James Bomar in the lead, Gable Dahari in second. These two have worked pretty well together to get to the front. Now, who's going to be the one to take home the checkered flag, or will it be somebody else further back? How about a quick shout to somebody else in the back of this field, too, by the way. Running in ninth right now, we haven't said his name at all tonight, Jason Adana in the 24 truck. He's found his way to the top 10. He's got a good shot at trying to steal this victory. Keep an eye on that 24. Back there, fifth on the inside lane. Might be able to steal this one here when all is said and done. So the pace truck will dive off. James Bomar and Gabe Dahari will lead the field to the United Rentals restart zone. Bomar will match the gas and get us back to racing. Overtime attempt number 2. Bomar will clear the outside and jump up top, and he'll lead the field now as they head for turn number 1.
A little bit spaced out on the bottom. I don't like that.
Need to get hooked up quick if they want a shot to try to win this race. That outside line is strongly hooked up together. A lot of trucks on the high side, quickly lined up nose to tail.
Oh, Andretti Robinson being left out to dry.
Sawinski and Strawhack are trying to side draft as they head down the back straightaway. So far, so good. Can we keep it that way? Bomar leads. Dahari is second. Shuey is in third. Sola in fourth. Ollie Reeves. What a recovery. He's in fifth as they come around. Oh, Ollie! Wrecking before they hit the stripe, but the white flag is flown. We will get a finish of this race as they pile up in the tri-oval.
Up front, however, it is a 4-truck breakaway. Bomar, Dahari, Schumacher, and Zola.
And not far off it, Dimitri Mundris is currently in fifth in case something happens to the top 4. Trying to find a way to make a move. Schumacher thinks about it, can't quite get there. Dahari covers him off. Zola pushing Shuey. They're trying to find a way to get around. Dahari to the inside of Bomar. And now Schumacher will push the 72.
Look at the top.
Here comes a run for the top. Mundris blocked off by Bomar. Mundris to the inside, but it's not going to be enough. Coming to the stripe, James Bomar wins the Daytona 200 to kick off the season. What a drive by number 20 to take the checkered flag.
Wow.
What a finish.
And through all that, Ethan Fonseca Moreno comes back to finish in third.
Unreal.
Wow. Wow, wow. You'll burn it down? James Bomar wins at Daytona.
And Moreno burn it down with him on the front stretch as well. Alrighty, we'll take a look at your finishing results from tonight's race. James Bomar takes home the checkered flag, just barely holding off Dimitri Munders. A hard charge comes up just short, but look at the timing and scoring, by the way. Dead tie for second place. Ethan Fonseca Moreno comes away on the losing end of that one in third. Cody Rivera comes home fourth. Praven Richard sneaks into a fifth place finish. Hunter Collier comes home sixth. Ethan Workman seventh. Schumacher falls back to eighth. Gabriel Zahari fades back to ninth. And Connor Zola rounds out the top 10.
11th place goes to our pole sitter, Quincy Strawhacker, with Bradley Zawinski in 12th. 13th, it's Andretti Robinson and Garrett White finishing in 14th. 15th, it's Malachi Drake with Shockey Tartley in 16th. 17th, it's Chase Gibbons, Jeff Acevedo, who went up in the air one time. He comes back to finish 18th. Josh Patterson in 19th. Rounding up your top 20 here at Daytona, it's the 24th of Jason Dodonna.
21st finishing position tonight goes to Marcus Vanderlee with Dylan Hudson in 22nd. Austin Doran, Jason Marshall, Chris Lilly, then Connor Trafari fading back to 26th at the end after that contact on the last lap. Ryan Barone comes home 27th, Dale Beck 28th, Amir Bascombe in 29th, and Jay Mulder finishing in 30th.
Ollie Reeves in 31st with Ethan Harrison in 32nd. The dominant truck of the night comes out of Daytona, being the last truck on the lead lap. First truck lap down, Logan Shore in 33rd, with 34 being the RG Starcevic. Christian Desconti disqualified after contact with Bomar. He finishes in 35th. Diego Roldan in 36th. Quentin Haley in 37th. Chris Downey 38th. Kellen Belsha in 39th. And running up your field of 40, it's Nick Budimlik in the 67 truck.
Well, alrighty, Enrique, we got to make a quick move into the voice channels over there. See if I can jump over there, and I believe I can. So I'm going to jump down into this channel, so follow me. There we go.
There we go.
And we'll see if we can get a hold of our top 3 finishers. And so we'll get a hold of our top 3 finishers. We'll talk to them, and we'll see how they're feeling after the run tonight. That tight finish at the end there between Moreno and all right, so we won't have second place, so we'll just maybe have third and then first. So we'll get a hold of Uh, they're waiting. I don't know if Ethan will join us. Ethan doesn't normally join us whenever he finishes third at times. We'll see. Well, I'll go ahead and let you interview second place here, Enrique. We'll pull him up here.
Hey, Dimitri Mundros, is Enrique Kukla and Dawson Allen up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I gotcha.
Well, Dimitri, we haven't talked to you in a long time, but here in tonight's season opener at Daytona, we saw you be involved in some action here and there. How was that race for you?
Yeah, pretty typical Daytona, but thankfully towards the end I started getting some breaks with Miss Rex being on the outside a couple of restarts. Got my way up to fifth there. Huge run down the back, but almost had it, but just barely not enough. But anyway, good run. Looking forward to next week.
Of course, still a pretty good run, but explain to us how was the draft? I mean, just working the lines overall, running the bottom, the middle, the top. How was that? How was that out there with everyone on the track?
Yeah, I noticed in the duels definitely that the top was where you wanted to be. Um, but for most of the race, honestly, I hung out at the back. I thought there was quite a bit few wrecks, but I thought there was going to be even more. So I stayed at the back most of the day. But yeah, I think you definitely wanted to be on the top. You could make the bottom work, but it had to be the right moment to pull out and side draft. But at the end, yeah, it really just came down to missing those wrecks. That was the big thing.
Yeah, and at the end of it all, it was a fantastic last lap for you. We saw you there in that second pack, just trying to catch up to those leaders. What kind of little more did you need to get to the outside of Bomar there to try to go for the win?
I don't know that it was ever possible. He just did a good job blocking. Yeah, I just needed him to leave me the top, but you know, he saw me coming and he made the right block. So congrats to him.
All right. That'll be a second place finish for Dimitri Mundros. Dimitri, any teammate sponsors, shout outs. We got that truck up there on the podium.
Shout out to Brandon Thomas and everyone at Bullshock for making us some good looking schemes tonight. Yeah, looking forward to next week.
All right. That'll be your second place finisher here tonight, Dimitri Mundros. Congratulations, Dimitri. We'll let you go. And hopefully see you there next week.
Thank you.
All right. We'll send it back up to Dawson, see if we can catch up with our race winner, the 20 of James Bomar.
Get a hold of him here. Let's pull him down and let's talk to him. Not there. We'll go here. And we're catching up with our race winner, James Bomar. James Bomar, first things first, congrats on that win. A hectic, chaotic finish there, but you wind up holding off the hard charging field and you take home the checkered flag. How does that feel taking home the victory tonight?
Oh, it feels awesome after almost getting hooked 3 times intentionally. And saving it every time, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that one. It's weird incident, really, I think, from our perspective. What exactly happened there between you and Visconti that led to that all happening?
Well, he doored he doored the crap out of me. I don't like being doored, especially by people who's wrecked me in the past. So I doored him back. And then I got told illegal to stop. So I stopped. He did not. He tried wrecking me. And he wrecked himself and somebody else, and I kept going straight. And then later into the race, he's not lifting, and he's trying to hook me even more, and once again not wrecking me.
Yeah, well, you get the last laugh here tonight. You take home the victory. But those last couple restarts, those last overtime restarts, What was that like behind the wheel of 20 truck, having to just make sure to keep them at bay behind you and keep hold of the race lead and ultimately then taking home the victory?
It was great. It was racing is a lot easier when you have buddies up front who is willing to work with you. Dahari was awesome to work with. The final, I think, 20 laps. I don't think we became. I think we were glued to each other the entire final 20 laps. It's good to have people that you can trust to know they won't wreck you. Even though he jokes that he thinks he's gonna wreck me all the time. Because he has done it in the past. And it wasn't intentional, but he has done it. He jokes about it, but I know for sure he won't do it, at least intentionally. And if he would have done it there, I would have been mad, but not at him. It was just into the racing deal if it would have happened, but it's great to have good pushers.
Absolutely, Bar. Where you hold on to the race lead, you take home the checkered flag, and you take home the win. How does it feel to open the season off winning at Daytona?
Oh, it feels great. Uh, feels awesome. Especially it feels great to get my first ever Smokey Mountain Truck Series win because league owner Brad the past few weeks has been making fun of me for not having one on the stat sheet. Now I have a singular win.
Hey, your first one, it could be first of many, but even then, even if it's not, you still got the one. The goose egg is no longer there. So, James, teammates, sponsors, shout outs, buddy. What do you got for us? Shout out.
Shout out to VR. Thank you VR. Thank you EC. Thank you CEC, which is the downgraded team of EC. Thank you EPI for allowing me to be on the team. Thank you once again. Thank you Ari for the pushes. Thank you Ethan for pushing me at the end. He's being a good teammate there. And thank you Ethan. Thank you Austin. Thank you Quincy. Thank you Chris Downey. Thank you James USA. He didn't make the main race. Thank you him. And I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all.
Alrighty, it's a race win for the first time here in the Smoky Mountain Truck Series competition for James Bomar. He takes home the victory here at Daytona. Congrats on the win, Bomar.
Thank you.
Alrighty, that will do it from our coverage here tonight at Daytona. Moreno, we reached out for comment, did not reach back out for comments, so we will not hear from our third place, but that's okay. He'd probably do the same thing Michael Walls does and shout out roaches. But Enrique, I mean, you didn't make the main show. You got to just to chill out up here and watch the race from the top. What was your point of view? What was your takeaway from tonight's race?
Well, honestly, I feel like I would have preferred to be up here in the booth rather than be out there on the track. Being up here and watching everyone just fight it out on the track. They laid it all out. They made it 3 wide. Just chaotic racing we saw all around, but it was fantastic racing, especially throughout the first few laps of the race. Then we hit a little bit of a rough stretch, but then we came back. And even though it was double overtime there at the end, they still put on a pretty classic show there at the end of this race here at Daytona. So, I mean, pretty good start to the season. Definitely congrats to Bomar for, just doing what he needed to do there at the end and put himself in position and comes out of Daytona with a win. So, big congratulations to him and can't wait to see what's next.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. The green flag racing that we got when we got green, it was some very, very fun racing. Probably some of the best that I've seen in a while for the trucks at Daytona. Just a lot of guys able to make moves, make things work, take those risks, but also a lot of guys that were able to make those risky moves work for a while. A lot of guys were able to work their way through traffic, work their way to the front, and that was the fun part about this, is watching guys make their way up forward without having to drive through people for the most part. It was a lot of fun when we were green. And we got 2 overtime restarts, but it still led to a pretty fun finish and a pretty fun battle for the win, ultimately won by James Bomar tonight. So that'll do it from us here at Daytona. I want to thank you for tuning in and watching with us here from all of our races we had, whether it was the dual races or then the main feature here, the 80-lap feature that led to the first-time winner in James Bomar. I want to thank you, as always, for tuning in and watching. Thank you, Enrique, for joining me in the booth for tonight's race. Thank you to the drivers who came out and put the show on for us here tonight. And thank you, as always, for tuning in and watching these broadcasts. That'll do it from us here at Daytona. Congrats again, James Bomar, your race winner. Of course, BRN is live tomorrow night. We'll be racing at Kentucky Speedway in the SOFA Racing League. Tune in for that one. You don't want to miss it. And, of course, Monday night, it's the Fast Track Cup Series at Iowa. And next Tuesday night, the Slide Job Racing League heads to Michigan. All these races will be live at 9 p.m. Eastern here on VRN. For Enrique Kukulon, this is Tossed Down signing off saying so long and have a great rest of your night. And congratulations, James Bomar, your winner here at Daytona.